Ciao! Ciao Tom! Ciao Leo!
Zara.
Hi! I'm trying to remember!
Shirley.
Hola!
Hola.
Hola!
Hello. Morning.
Great. Colorful. Look at it.
Today is white.
Tell something. Tell something.
Hello!
That's
Hola! ¿Cómo estás?
Okay.
We are so happy!
Mr. Chairman, honorable opponents, teams, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this debate. The motion for debate today is that related to education should be free for all. We, the affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. We can start with a quick definition about free education. We believe free education is any kind of education that is funded through taxation, basically taxation, or public system managed by government, rather than payments of tuition fees for particular persons. Although during 19th century, the education was funded or was created, inclusive in the society, introduced teachers like compulsory, universal, and free. Nowadays, some countries or regions will supplies or not apply this important statement. Today, as the first speaker, I will talk about free education like human rights. Tommy, our second speaker, will talk about education we reviewed and elaborate on the fact that a speaker or the post-education could affect the future talents.
Okay. Thank you.
My name is Zahra. The topic of our debate today is education should not be free to all. We as a negative team agree with the definition that given by Geraldine. Today, as the first speaker, we talk with you about the economic effect of education should be free to all. Later, the second speaker will talk about some statistics to show the differences between the public and private school. The third speaker will add that with efforts and give some of what our team believes. The first speaker of affirmative team tried to tell you that education is essential and necessary for everyone, so it must be free to all. This is wrong, because when we are talking about university education, the case here is different. University education, different from the primary and secondary education, is education to get a higher degree level. It does give you the basic learning of writing, reading, mathematics, and what else to be functioning in the society. So, when we are talking now, talk about university education, which should not be free to all. let's now move to what our team believes. Today I will speak about the economy. Free education at university will cause a bad effect on economy. It arises many huge problems. It may cause economic to fall down. Funding education at university is very, very expensive. And it's cause a massive burden or a massive load to public and the government. Because it's cost the government huge billion dollars, huge numbers of $1 billion. When the government try to cover these costs, they tend to raise taxes. These taxes will be imposed on the citizen or on the society. When the taxes are increased, this is the problem, because the life will be more complicated. Okay? The price of everything will be increased. The price of, just like example, electricity, the price of gas, the price of renting, even a private car. The most essential material for human being will be difficult to get, just like food and clothing. Sorry, clothes. Okay? The second point I will talk about, as we know, the government have multi-project and multi-field. Just an example I will give you, it have urban project, industry project, science, research, scientific research project, health service, education, and many other projects. So if the government just focused on the education and spend the large part or portion from the state budget on just education, in this case, what will happen to other projects? It will be either delayed or cancelled. So in conclusion, we, as a negative team, believe that education is necessary. But the situation here is different. We are talking about university education because it's very, very expensive. Still, the student can get higher education, but maybe find another way to get this education. Maybe depend on bank loan or.
Good morning, madam, sir, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the second speaker of the affirmative team, and our debate today is education to be free for all. And we, the affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. The first speaker of the negative team has tried to tell you that the education, free education can affect on the economy, but it's not true. Why? Why did we tell that? Because the university can do their own business. They can get the other projects from other companies, and they can work together with their students. And it's not only a good condition for students to get a real work experience, but also they can get the money for the university fund. Now let's move on to what our group believes in. Our first speaker has already explained why education should be free for all. It's because of human rights. And now I'm going to tell you that education should be free for all because study costs might affect on the future talent. There's a lot of people are very poor and they cannot have enough money to get in education, and that's the reason they cannot improve their ability, and they might be a future talent if they have the chance to go to the university or school. I think not all of not all of talent or success doesn't need to go to the university, but everybody has the chance to improve their knowledge, they will be better. Yeah, for easier to understand this argument, I will give you on the example. The cat with a doctor of philosophy at the University of Gießen in Germany.
So start from the rebuttal side, and I want to point out some mistakes made by our opposite teams. And the first speaker said, education is a human right. Everyone should have a human right to get free education. I agree with the point, but you definitely ignore two facts. That is, the university education is a high level. It's not a basic level of education. Our society already free to the basic education. I think that's
A positive team, and we believe this statement is true. Firstly, I'm totally disagree with your point. You trying to tell us, if everyone can go into the university, and the university will be mad. Of course, this is not true, because you know nowadays it's so hard to graduate from the university, and we suppose the free education for you is only a choice. It's only a choice for you. You can choose if you are going to the university or you're not. You're just going to find a job. It's okay. It depends on you. And if you have some interest in the university and you want to,
Madam and ladies and gentlemen, especially opposite team, today the topic for our debate is abortion should be legal. It means to make the deliberate termination of a human pregnancy impossible by law. We are the affirmative team, and we believe that statement is true. My team consists of 3 members. My name is Shalindra. I'm the first speaker. As the first speaker, I would like, first of all, I would like to tell about my two main points. It's about a baby shouldn't come into the world unwanted, and the other one is abortion reduced crime. In my team, the second speaker will talk about the financial resources and the population control. Finally, the third speaker, she will rebut the idea, all the ideas of you and some of the other cases, and she'll explain about the if abortion legalized, the procedure will be safe. Now I'm going to move my points. Baby shouldn't come into the world unwanted. According to the disease control and prevention in United States, they analyzed that 49% of all the pregnancy among the America are unintended. Having a baby is a long time decision. We can't take this decision immediately. For an example, a girl who is around 14 years old, accidentally she is raped by some gangsters, right? So if there is no rules and regulations for abortion, especially abortion shouldn't be legalized, that after 9th month she get a baby. So after that incident, can she be a good mom? Can she take the responsibility as a good mom? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously she can't take the responsibility as a good mom, because she is not a mature girl, because she is in around 14 years old. Even sometimes she doesn't know how to feed her child. Because of this type of incident we have to face if abortion shouldn't be legal. Now I'm going to move my second point: abortion reduce crime. According to the Journal of Economy, some estimate claim legalized abortion accounted as much as 50% of drop in murder, violent crime, and property crime drop in all the world in between 1973 and 2001. Teenage girls, unmarried women and poor women especially are more likely to have an unintended pregnancy. As I told you before, unwanted babies, because of unwanted babies, the society have faced lots of several problems such as population, they increase the population, and unemployment, and finally poverty. If there is if abortion shouldn't be legal, all the society have to face these type of several problems. If abortion should be legal, we don't need to worry about these type of problems. As affirmative team, that's why we try to say it should be legal. Thank you.
Please start.
So, good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, opposite team. My name is Barbara, and my group is Hussein and Scott. And the topic of this debate is abortion should be legalized. And since we are the negative team, we believe that abortion should not be legalized. And during this debate, we will present to you some reasons why we think like that. Okay, first of all, my team believes that abortion has bad effects in women's health and body, and it has some body and mind, and it has some effects in the number of the population, and it has it represents a murder. It's not only abortion; it's a murder, and so I will talk about the effects of abortion in the women's health, and Hussein as second speaker will tell you why we believe that abortion has some effects in the population, and Scott will present you the reasons why he thinks that abortion is murder. So first of all, the first speaker of the negative team tried to tell us that a 14-year-old girl, when she got pregnant, she doesn't have the way to support the child. But I have to say that you are totally wrong. We strongly disagree with you, because abortion is not the solution for this case. If the girl doesn't have the way to support the child, the best way, a good solution for her, maybe to give the baby for adoption. According to Better Health, which is a website, 20% of the couples are infertility, so they don't have the way to get pregnant and have the baby. So I'm pretty sure this baby is not unwanted. That is someone in the world that wants this baby, not this girl, but someone wanted. And it's not the way. It's not a good way to kill the baby, to take off, to terminate the abortion, to terminate the pregnancy. So maybe this girl could think a little bit more and give the baby to adoption, give the chance of this baby to get in a good family, to support him or her, and grow up in good condition. So now let's move on to my point, which is abortion affects not only the woman body, but also the woman mind. First of all, during a process of abortion, there are a lot of injuries that can happen with the body. Some examples are infection, excessive bleeding, perforation of the uterus, and the woman that have already done an abortion, she maybe have a problem in a future pregnancy, which means that the baby can come with some kind of disease in the mind or the formation of the whole body. Moreover, doing an abortion can also affect the mind of the woman, because she will think in the whole life, why did she take off this baby? It was part of her. It doesn't matter how this baby get there, it is part of her. So if she did an abortion, she will be affecting his mind, and maybe she will become frustrated of his maternal instinct. So therefore, our group believes that abortion shouldn't be legalized. Thank you for listening.
Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the second affirmative speaker. As the first negative speaker tried to say that a process of abortion can include infection and
affects women's health. This is not always true. Nowadays, modern abortion procedures are safe if it's access to legal. Professionally performed abortion can reduce injury and death caused by unsafe illegal abortion. And if pregnant women want to have an abortion, they will resort to do abortion by unsafe illegal if there is no legal option. According to the World Health Organization research 2006, they found that abortion caused 68,000 maternal deaths. And in each year in countries where there is no legal, where the abortion is not legal. So now move on to what my team believes in. Abortion should be legalized, as the first affirmative speaker said that babies should not come to the world unwanted, and abortion can reduce the crime. Now today I will be talking to you other 2 points. My first point is financial result. This is because many women who have an abortion don't have financial resources to support their child. According to the survey Journal Perspectives on Sexual and Reproductive Health 2005, they're asking women why they do an abortion, and they found that 73% of respondents said they could not afford to have a baby, and 38% said if they do an abortion, it will interfere their education and their career goals. So reproductive choice can protect women from financial disadvantage. Now to my second point is population control. This is because abortion is an effective tool to control the population. For example, according to the New England Journal of Medicine 2011, abortion in China is legal, and it is a way for China to control its population. In accordance with it have a one-child policy. And another example, according to the research of U.S. National Library of Medicine, in African nations, they tend to have the very lowest abortion rates, but on the other hand, they have the very highest of infant and child death rates. So, to avoid a very deteriorating social and poverty, lack of medical and education, abortion should be legalized. Thank you.
Shall I start now?
Yes,
Yes. Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As my group member said, that the topic that we are going to talk about is should abortion be legalized? And because we are the negative team, we believe strongly that abortion shouldn't be legalized. And we have our proved evidences and reasons why abortion shouldn't be legalized. Starting with the second affirmative speaker. The second affirmative speaker tried to say that abortion should be legalized because it's population control. Me and my team agree that abortion is a population control, which is good. But it's good only for developed countries, because in developed countries, people don't depend on their children to help them as much as they depend on technology, their jobs, and money. On the other hand, in developing countries where life expectancy is low, manpower is much needed. So if we legalize abortion, some of these families in poor developing countries will reduce in size considerably and will find it hard to survive. So what I'm trying to say is that what the second affirmative speaker is not a really strong and good reason to legalize abortion. Because as I said, population control is only good for developed countries, while it's bad for developing countries. Now let me explain what me and my teammates believe. We believe that abortion shouldn't be legalized because it has bad effects on the number of the population. To prove this, according to lifenews.com, dated on the 13th of October 2012, when the percentage of abortion in the US was low, the population was manageable. But after almost 40 years of legalized abortion, the population became very low. Also, abortion doesn't just kill the child, it kills the mother as well. Today, abortion drugs are very common, and many women nowadays buy unregulated and regulated abortion drugs. And these kind of drugs are very dangerous and could be deadly as well, because they cause heavy bleeding and vomiting. This information was mentioned on newstatesman.com, dated on the 23rd of September. So that's why me and my group members strongly disagree with the legalized abortion, because heavy bleeding most of the times kills the human. Finally, I'm going to explain the risk of the death from abortion. A study reveals that the risk of the death related to abortion increases with each of the following abortions. The first one, 45% after one abortion. The second one, 114% after two abortions. And the third, the last one, 192% after three or more abortions. And this study was mentioned on afteraborting.com, dated on the 28th of November 1999. So, ladies and gentlemen, now it's clear enough why me and my group members strongly, completely disagree with legalized abortion. And also there are a lot of reasons. Soon my teammate Scott is going to explain more and more about the bad consequences of abortion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Soraya. I'm going to explain my argument. First, I would like to start, as Hassan said, it's wrong because procedures of abortion is safe, these effects can avoid if the abortion procedures is legalized, because practitioners will be very good doctors and these procedures will be safe. And for this reason, the effects can be avoided. I would like to explain that my team believes if abortion is legalized, this procedure will be safe. According to Dean in her article, Erosion to Access to Abortion in U.S., published in 2007, she said that around the world every year, 210 million of women become pregnant around the world. So it means it's a big number of women that become pregnant every year. It is surprising because from this number, 80 million of women are unplanned pregnancies. I would like to explain this because unplanned pregnancies is a very good reason why many women think abortion is an option for them. 27 million of these abortions are illegal, and 19 million of abortions are 27 of million are legal, and 19 of abortion are illegal every year. Only imagine 19 of million of abortion are illegal around the world every year. It means that it happens in really unsafe conditions. Nobody knows who is the person responsible for these procedures. Nobody knows if it's a good doctor or really good practitioner that is doing these procedures. And for this reason, many women are suffering permanent or temporary disabilities. My team believes the abortion will be legalized because if the procedure is regulated and if really good practitioners can do this in very good conditions, less people can suffer. I would like to add to this information that in Australia, in the last 30 years, many people is supporting this idea. Actually, more than 40% of people are supporting the abortion as a procedure legal. And to conclude, we have seen the abortion. First, babies should not come to the world if they are not on planet. Secondly, financial resources is a very good point for parents and specifically mothers that not are planning to have babies. And it's a very good way to control overpopulation. It is proved in many countries, many developed countries. And to finalize, safe abortion avoid deaths and can avoid permanent or temporary disabilities of many women. Thank you for your listening.
Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for the debate is, should abortion be legalized? We, the affirmative team, have some evidence to say that abortion shouldn't be legalized. The third affirmative team has tried to say about safe for abortion. However, this is not true because abortion is not safe. A fetus is the part of the woman's body. If someone cut a fetus, which can cause heavy lifting, and it's also effect on woman's mind and can lead to some mental problem. Let's move on to our team belief. Our team believes that abortion is murder. Murder is an act of using violence against innocent people, and abortion is also an act of violence against the unborn baby. The unborn baby is an innocent people. They don't even have a chance to live. A fetus, they are living like everyone else. If someone kills a fetus, that means criminal activity. According to U.S. Department of Health and Service, claim that the unborn baby can feel the pain after 9 weeks. And Dr. Clark said that the unborn baby can live for an hour after they was born. Abortion is not the good solution like some people think. That's the terrible thing to do. Abortion is against the human right. It's not an option. So Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, my team believes that abortion is not good. It's not the choice. It can cause a bad effect for woman health, for woman body and mind. It can impact on the world population. It's the terrible thing. It's not better than murder. Abortion is not only killing the innocent baby, but also harm for the woman's health. Thank you for your attention.
Let's get started.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Quiet, please. Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is boarding school education is good for children. A boarding school is a school where students live as well as studies. The word boarding is a sense of bed and board. For example, loading and meals. Today with affirmative this statement is true. So the practice of sending children to boarding school so that they could learn together is over very long standing. Recorded in classical literature and in UK, recorded going back of thousands of years. Today, as first speakers, I will be taking about the responsibilities. Our third speaker, Zoe, will taking about family problems. Finally, our third speakers will take about disciplines. Let's move on to the first argument. My point is that boarding school is a rewarding experience for many children due to the fact that children cannot rely on their parents and they need to take care of themselves. According to Willows, I really love the experience and gained so much more independence than I would have been at home. I learned invaluable study skills, which more than prepare for my college. Therefore, this evidence supports the claim that students who study at boarding school is more independent than those students in day school, because they need to manage their daily life independently. At the same time, children have to take responsibilities for their own actions, such as managing their pocket money independently. They understand that wherever they make decisions, they will accountable for this choice, and at the same time develop a mature thought. So this sense of responsibilities will prepare for their output. So thank you for
Improve
listening.
their acknowledgement, and after that they come back home. Today, as the first speaker, I will talk about the psychological aspects that the school brings to children. Our second speaker, Michael, will talk about the social and economic aspects. And our third speaker, Michael, will rebut and summarize our topic. The first speaker of the affirmative team tried to tell us that boarding school increases the sense of responsibility of children. But this is not a strong argument. We think that it's perfectly possible to learn at home how to get responsibility. For example, doing house chores. Take out the garbage every day. It's a small responsibility, but still is a responsibility. Let's move on to my team ideas. My first point is that it's extremely important for children to have a daily contact with their parents and friends. They will feel loved and feel that they are part of a group. According to Health Children from the American Academy of Pediatrics, family have places where the children can feel special and feel that they can pursue their dreams. And their individuality is permitted to flourish. My second point is that the schools offer a good mix of sexes. Children learn how to behave with the presence of the other sex, the opposite sex. So they will be prepared to work in the future. It will be good for their future careers. According to the town school organization, a co-educational school makes the children work with the other gender present, and it is the real world. They will do it in the future, so they have to be prepared for this. And it helps to develop self-esteem. So, Madam and Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we think that the school is the best way to educate children because due to the fact that the children have less chance to develop anxiety, feel unhappy, and feel lonely, as boarding school can bring to them. Thank you for your listening.
So there do not enough time spend their children. Another family issue that children face is family breakdown. Children have parents who divorce and they are lack of the mother's love or the father's love or both of theirs. Boarding school can be the right place for those children to thrive both socially and academically. In boarding schools, there are many teachers. The teacher can be at the second mother or the second father. They can care about their children, their student life. Furthermore, at boarding school, there are many friends. The student can make more friends, and they can share or express their opinion or their technique. So they do not feel alone. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in my conclusion for those parents, the boarding school can be an ideal choice because it can not only take care of children but also the supervise children's study. So, thank you for your listening. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, affirmative team. The topic for our debate is boarding school is a good way for educate the children, but as a negative team, we totally disagree with this. And the second speaker tried to tell you about the familiar programs. Is talking about the parents are busy and don't have enough time to take care of them, but it's not true because in nowadays basically the parents make a plan for have the children and don't have the children to want to have. And another explanation is if the parents have the children, they must have to take care of them because it's their children, it's not on the children. Another point that she tried to tell us is in boarding schools, the child can make more friends. I totally disagree with this because the quantity of friends is independent. As a day school or a boarding school, you will make a lot of friends. Our first speaker tell you about the psychological benefit about day school, and as a second speaker, I will tell you about the economic benefits. The point is the day schools is more accessible of the boarding schools, It is because basically in the city we have a lot of day schools, and the boarding schools is in a kind of far to the city center, is in rural areas. Another point is the day schools is too less expensive than boarding schools. The tuition fees is too less. It's too less. Yeah, it's too less. Okay, I did a research to support this argument, and I found some information about England and about Australia. In England, Morrison did an article that say that this year is the year where the tuition fees, the boarding schools tuition fees is higher than the average wage of the population. So if the boarding schools fees is more than the wage of the population, is something expensive. Another research in Australia, the cost of the boarding schools, the annual cost is around 30,000 to 40,000 for international students and 20,000 for local students. If you will compare for the public education or the Catholic education, is that very strong here, the price is less than 6,000. It have a considerable difference about the price. So it's clear that the schools are cheaper than boarding schools. This is my topic as a second speaker.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. Our debate is boarding school is good for children, and another thing have three main points. The first main point they talk about daily contact with family, and the second they talk about interactive with family and friends, and the third they talk about daily school are expensive than boarding school. I totally disagree with your topic about that, because let me make an example about that. For example, day after day you have to take your children from home to school and pick them up. You have to pay for gas, for cartoon, to fill inside your car, and not only money, you have to pay for your time. Take about 20 to 30 minutes. You have to do this job, and not because you pay for your cartoon, you pay for their food, for their clothes, for their entertainment. A lot of fee, and total of them higher than the tuition fee you pay for a boarding school. And you have to pay for yourself to study about knowledge, about how to have experience to take good care of your children. For example, you pay for knowledge to know exactly the way to teaching to your children, or some vitamin is very good for the children, but you don't know exactly in which food is good, which food is bad for your children, and how much vitamin C, vitamin D or E is good for your children. That is the reason why on the total of the money you have to pay for your children more higher than you pay for the boarding fees at the first time you pay to school. And now let me to talk about my main point. Our group, the first person in our group, that is Green, she talk about responsibility, and the second talk about family program, and I will talk about district liner. District liner, that means the strong ruler inside the boarding school, or the power of the ruler inside the boarding school is very, very good for education of the children. For example, the timetable in the boarding school is very good because we know exactly how much time for the children studying is good and what time they go to sleep and how many time they use to relax and what kind of relaxing for the children is good for them and entertainment for the children is very good too and one more I would like to add that is the way they are trying to do with the right way that when some students and they cannot follow this rule they always have to ask themselves why a lot of students can do it but we cannot do it and they have to compare between the right student and about the wrong student. The bigger number of students can do it very good, so why we cannot do it good? And it's very good for the children follow the strong ruler inside boarding school. It's very good for our children, not now, but and in the future too. So I think my main point, this flip liner is very good for the children.
Okay.
So, in conclusion, our first speakers talk about the psychologically advances of boarding school, of day school, and I talk about the economic view of this way of teaching. Just rebuttal the third speaker that said that firstly she rebutted the second speaker saying the fees involved such as oil and transport and a lot of other fees that the parents spend to children in a day school, but I totally disagree with this because, as I said, in Australia the difference is of 3,000 and 5,000 is 25,000 of difference in spend of money. So I think that the parents won't spend 25,000 in transport or food or something like this. Another thing is, she said that they are good for children follow strong rules. I think that's not true because if you put the children to follow strong rules, he can acquire some disease, something not good for his life. And the parents have to define these rules for the children. The parents should do this. Okay, that's it. I hope that you enjoy it.
No. What do you think?
We're going to play basketball tomorrow. Will you?
Where?
Just near the library. In the library, maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's okay? So watch it. Okay.
Excellent.
What did you feel after the debate?
After the debate, now I can do many things.
Good.
Go there.
Barbara.
So
What did you feel after you finished?
Happy.
Just all happy?
Happy and relaxed. Relaxed. Yeah, I will
your
sleep.
pack is
And I
really
want to
good.
go to McDonald's now and eat something. Anything. Yeah, do anything.
Okay, start. How about you?
Good. Really good.
Only? Good. No, after you finish, what did you feel?
Freedom, relax, and really good.
Okay. Go to the other. Can I? Can I say hello? Now this video.
Pictures, video,
What did you feel, Meta, after finish?
I feel like a brave man.
Wow, okay.
Because we won the debate, but they won the audience.
Of course you can.
Okay, how about you? How did you feel when you finished?
I feel nervous, yes, because I was really nervous since 8:30 a.m. So now I'm feeling better, but I'm still nervous. I will have lunch because I'm hungry and I will die if I don't.
Okay, thank you. Zara, what do you feel?
Finish. Finally.
Only finished? What did you feel after you
We have to
finished?
come tomorrow for the exams, yeah.
Yeah, what did you feel?
Yeah, tomorrow we will only get the results.
Okay.
Finished?
After finish your debate, what did you feel?
I feel freedom.
That's all?
See you tomorrow.
Yes, that's all.
Are you hungry now?
Yes, I'm very hungry.
And where are you going now?
I will go to have a lunch.
Okay.
And you?
Me too.
Please.
What did you feel after you finished your debate?
Nothing big. What? I feel relaxed. Picture. Finish.
Relax?
Picture.
Okay.
Picture.
Sorry?
都不会动。
不动。
When the sunshine when she's gone, it's not warm when she's away. When the sunshine when she's gone, she's always gone too long. Every time she goes away, when the time she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she gonna stay. When no sunshine, when she's gone, this house just ain't no home. Where the time she goes away. When the time she goes away. When no sunshine, when she's gone, only darkness every day. When no sunshine, when she's gone, this house just ain't no home. Where the time she goes away. When the time she goes away. When the time she goes away. When the time she goes away.
One more.
Okay, I need your cooperation. I want you to like this.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
What will it do when you're lonely? No one waiting by your side. Gotta give it consolation. Oh, fine, I go insane. Please don't stay, we'll never find a way. Tell me I'm lost and waiting. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm getting down, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm getting down, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind?
Dance?
Yeah. I
No
can.
problem.
Well done, Professor.
It's the song. It's written. It's a famous song of Bob Dylan. Love it. Mama said it's a bad job for me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, it's dark to see. I can't see anymore. Come on. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Say, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama put my guns in the ground. I can shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. And knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. And knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door.
Your language.
We can't sing a Spanish song.
Soraya.
Berlin. You need a volunteer to sing Spanish song.
Spanish?
I wish I could. I can't understand.
It's my favorite song. How long, baby, how long has that been? Train been gone. How long, how long, baby, how long? Back at the station, you can see the train. Down the mountain, every day. How long, how long, baby, how long? How long, baby, how long? Has that evening train been gone? How long, how long, baby, how long? Feel disgusted, feel so bad, thinking about a good time that it won't take that. How long, how long, baby, how long? Good to the green grass, working on a hill, finding a sweet back on a dollar bill. How long, how long, baby, how long? Have no money to ride a tree. I would rather rock, baby, to be again. How long, how long, baby, how long?
Sorry.
Why are you filming every day, all time?
All the day. All the day. Ciao.
What?
Again, ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, ciao. What?
Ciao to whom?
Ciao to Ciao to Tommy.
Ah, good. Hola, amiga.
Olá, amiga.
No.
Oi, como vai? Oi, como vai?
Oi, como está? Bien.
What? Give it to me. To record you, you have to say Portuguese.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
We want to thank you to Victor.
My pleasure.
Just one word.
Just one word.
We need more.
How is your feeling? Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, a little bit sad, a little bit happy.
Really happy? You don't see us anymore.
Oh, happy that we... Come on. Happy that everybody passed. Happy that we're going to the next level. Happy that we successfully completed 10 weeks. Yes, but I'll probably... But obviously,
Yes.
Okay, Victor, I think that you are very shy. You don't try to...
It's not picture. Yeah, you have to say it to real. It's coming out. What do you think?
About what?
Too dark.
About what?
Yeah, of course not. 19%. And you? This is yours?
100%. No, it's not mine.
Oh gosh.
Please.
Mine is this yours?
No.
Yours?
This
Yours?
is 94, not 90.
94?
Yeah, this is the present, no?
Yeah, I only got 90.
I want 100.